Thank you for showing up here today. Thank you for taking the time to spend this day in unconditional love. And one of our mentors and the people that we look up to, a person who played a big role in our life, who was a master healer, Dr. Naram. And he has a quote that says, "I am not here to teach you. I'm here to love you, and love will teach you." And all of us have amazing things to share. All of us have things that we could teach. And throughout this week, we are going to learn. We're going to teach. We're opening up classes all next week for you to learn from healers around the world. But just know that teaching information, that's great. But love is truly transformational. Gerald says something. He says, information is cheap, transformation is priceless. And it's the love that will transform you. So thank you all for being here. I want to introduce somebody right now who's played a big role in this summit, who is a healer himself, who was a student of Dr. Naram, and he's going to be introducing our first guest speaker, who we wanted it to be a surprise for you. But Clint G. Rogers, are you on?
Yeah, thank you, Allison. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Wow, what a beautiful, powerful group of people, and I'm so honored to be with you. So excited to talk about who's about to present to you this next half hour. So, Allison mentioned Dr. Naram. Uh, man, I love him. And I can't tell you how much of a difference he's made, not only in my life, but millions of people around the world. His patients were people like the Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, billionaires, Hollywood stars, and homeless people. He treated everyone the same. You know, just recently this year, I published the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. The subtitle is A Western Skeptic, an Eastern Master, and Life's Greatest Secrets, because I started as a skeptic. All of you are way more open than I was, but I started as a big skeptic. And the last 10 years have taken me on such a journey of transformation. Allison's talking about information versus transformation. It took me on such a journey that I'm just excited to share this space with you because I know what's possible. And on the call today, we have, unfortunately, or in whatever act, we never know how things work. But Dr. Ram, he left the body in February of this year. And when I was so devastated, one of the most darkest times of my life, certain mystical things happened. And certain moments when you're in that kind of darkness, when people reach out with love, makes all the difference. And two of the people that are on this call right now just reached out with so much love. And they said, "You're a part of our family." And when COVID happened, the airports shut down. I was in India for 7 months, and they made room in their home, not only for me, but for this dog, that mystical dog that found me. So they made room in their hearts and their home. And then when I had to come to the US, they found room in their home for this dog, Miracle Milo. I can tell you that story later. Dr. Naram's wife, Dr. Smita, is an amazing healer in her own right. She's the co-founder of Ayush Shakti, which has helped over 1.5 million people. She's a specialist in detoxing, has helped over 200,000 people around the world. And she's a super specialist in training other healers around the world how to be more effective. And how do you help people overcome blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, all kinds of crazy stuff. Again, my skeptical mind, when I first saw it, I'm like, how can they help so many people, so many different conditions? When in the West, we're used to helping one, we have specialists in one area, and maybe they can help. So this ancient healing science is so powerful. Dr. Smita and Krishna, Dr. Ram's son, or Dr. Ram say, "No, he's not my son, I'm his father," or something like that. He would just twist the words around to acknowledge that Krishna, he often would say, "Krishna is really my grandfather. He's my teacher." And in those really delicate moments, when we were standing over Dr. Ram's body and the funeral pyre, and my mind was just racing, and I kept thinking, he's going to stand up, he's going to make a joke and pull through another miracle. In those moments where my mind was racing, I looked over at Krishna. His mind was calm, and he was going around and loving each person, touching their heart and saying, my dad always said, "What do you do when your shirt is dirty? If shirt gets all holy and dirty, you just get a new shirt." Same thing with our bodies. He says, "There's no such thing as death. I'm just leaving this body. you know. And Krishna, he would use this quote from his dad. He'd say, you know, doesn't matter what is your heartache, your challenge, or your difficulty, it always has within it the seeds of equal or greater benefit. And in those most darkest moments, Krishna was touching everybody's heart, just taking that moment to exemplify love. And so I'm so excited as Krishna and Dr. Smita are here to share with us, what does it mean as a healer? You know, this is a community of healers around the world. What does it mean when you embody love? So with my heart and warm welcome, I just want to give a big welcome to Dr. Smita and Krishna and Ram. I don't know if you can, oh, there we go.
Yes. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. We are so happy to be here talking to you today,
Oh,
meeting the leaders from all over the world.
yeah, it's such an honor to have you. You know, when Allison and the whole Global Healer Summit community contacted me initially and said, you know, we want to do this whole summit in honor of Dr. Naram, it just touched my heart. And the fact that you guys are here, it just makes me so happy. So we're excited to learn anything that you want to share, you know, but especially what's in your heart in this moment that can
I
help
was
us.
thinking this morning, actually, me and Krushna were sitting together, and we have Ayushakti clinics, and uh, I've trained a lot of doctors across the world, and we have helped like 1.5 million people. Plus, my late husband, Dr. Naram, was the master. He was the master healer. And we both learned from our guru who lived up to 124 years. Such a tremendous light of healing on this planet. And I've learned a lot from all of these masters. And I thought, mixing it with my own experience, I thought that the best thing that I could do is sharing with you people how you can heal people on this planet. What is it that you can do so that you can transform others' lives? You can help others to get vibrant health. You can help others to get long lasting relief from the chronic suffering, the chronic feeling of helplessness. What can you do so that they will not just feel little bit good, but they will actually feel transformed? They will become example of a vibrant health that everybody in the community around them will notice, and they'll ask, oh, who did that to you? I would love to meet that healer. And in the process, your own healing practice will just expand organically. That's what happens with everybody that I have trained so far. Their practice only expands organically because they've understood the principles of transformation. So I thought, in a simple manner, uh, I would put it that there are three main pillars of creating transformation in anybody's life. Three main pillars, very important. The first pillar is something which is related with the healer's inner being, healer's heart. In your heart, if there are certain type of clarity, certain belief, you will have the aura of healing, and you will have that kind of a divinity, and you will be connected with this cosmic power of healing, that at the right moment when you are in front of your client, you will get this inner deep level of sense about what to do. And trust me, even if you give sand, it will create work like a medicine. Even if you apply sand, which is nothing, like a soil, it will work like a medicine. So first thing is the inner clarity. I would like to share a very, very, very powerful example of inner clarity. And then I would like to share kind of belief that Dr. Naram himself had within himself. which probably world has not known because he only shared that with me all the time. This is something I've never shared with anybody actually. So you people are really lucky because he was remarkable healer. He you cannot I think out of 100,000 people, one person like him is born on this planet like a healer. That's what I believe from my own experience of meeting huge number of people across the world and working with him for 32 years. So first thing he said, and which is very important, is the clarity. You must be super clear how many people you want to help on this planet and in which manner you would like to contribute in their life. Okay, one way is to give a healing light. They feel good for a moment. After some times, it's back to where it was. The second way is you can create a very deep level of transformation which will last for such a long time that they will actually remember you forever in your life. And if you are not present in their life, they will miss it. So that's the second level of transformation. So you should be super clear how you would like to help people, whether in the first level where you give a love, a healing light, and they feel good, they feel joy in their heart. It's helping. It doesn't help. I don't say it doesn't help. It helps at certain level. And there's another way where there is a deep transformation you can create, which is long lasting. So you have to choose which path you want to take. Then second thing, you must be super clear about how many number of people you want to help. And I'm going to speak to you an example of this super clarity, a real example. You will be shocked. I was shocked, and that I've never forgotten so far. So you must be, if you say to the God, oh, I would like to help a huge number of people on this planet, God gets confused because God is there to give you what you ask for. He is so generous. The cosmic power listens to you and it literally gives you what you ask for. But if you say huge number, cosmic power is confused. What's the meaning of huge number? It has to be super precise. So I'll give you example of my own life. I met Dr. Naram in 1977. So we knew each other for more than 43 years actually. That time I was just in my high I finished high school and I started university, and we met, and he inspired me to take Ayurveda literally as my education. And we were friends, and he was my coach in many ways. He was training me how to talk, how to be, communication training, success training, and also Ayurveda we were doing together actually in the same school. So we used to be always together. But I was very young to decide about my marriage at that time. So in India, we don't choose our own partner in general. It doesn't happen. We have parents choose. So my mind was not in that direction. In 1982, which is like 5 years of our friendship, my parents started thinking about my marriage. They said, what kind of boy would you like to have, and this and they actually started showing me few potential candidates for my marriage in our community. That's the time I thought, oh my God, what kind of husband would I like to have? And I felt I could see only Pankaj in front of me. I thought if I don't get married to him, I'll be gone. I'll be finished. I can't live my life. That's the time I realized how much I loved him actually. So, and contrary to normal ways, I actually told Pankaj one day, I would like to say something to you. And please don't get angry if you don't agree to that. So we met, and I told him that, um, I'm in love with you, and if I don't get married to you, my life will be hell. He jumped in the chair where he was sitting in front of me, and he said he was super energetic. You can't believe how energetic he was. So, then he took out a diary from his pocket and says, look, This is what I wrote in 1977 when I met you for the first time. He showed me date, which was 1977 when I met him for the first time. He wrote Smita Vaidya. My maiden name was Vaidya. Smita Vaidya is going to be my wife, and she will tell me that if I don't get married to you, my life will be hell. Can you imagine exactly those words that I told him? He already wrote it down 5 years ago. This is the power of crystal clear visualization, clarity on what you want to have in your life. So as a healer, then we started, we decided, we got married, and we started our life together. Cutting the long story short, because I was studying pharmacy for even after marriage. Ayurveda was done, but I was busy with my study. So he was learning with our main Guruji, Baba Ramdas, Babaji. We met him actually in 1980, and I definitely met a couple of times, and I had remarkable experiences of from him, like amazing, amazing, amazing. In front of me, in half an hour, by doing a special Siddha massage, there was this lady who was like a wood on the bed for months and months. Just with that massage, he made her walk in half an hour. So I saw such remarkable things. And long story short, we started working together, and serious clinics we started together in 1987. And, and you will not believe me, every day, every beginning of the year, we had a clarity how many clients we are going to help, which kind of ailments we are going to help, what are the what who is it that can take help from us. We made it written down, goals broken down daily, monthly, weekly. And Krishna can tell you more about it, how Papa was sharing those things with you as well later on. Yeah.
Just, just,
Definitely.
just real quick. I just want to share. Let's see. I'm gonna share this picture real quick. So this is actually Dr. Smita, Dr. Naram, and their guru,
Yes.
Baba Ram Das at the time. I want to share a couple other pictures that gives you an example of visualization. So Dr. Ram was also very clear. Before he even saw one person, his master says, "What do you want?" He says, "I want to help, like at least," and he said a certain amount of people from a certain amount of countries. And his master says, "What else?" He says, "I want to help the Dalai Lama." He says, "Great. What else?" "I want to help Mother Teresa." "Very good." So his master was very encouraging, but when he went back to his family and friends, they're like, "What are you, an idiot? You can't even help yourself. How are you supposed to help the Dalai Lama? How are you supposed to help Mother Teresa?" And then with Dr. Smita and Dr. Krishna, some magic happened. Here's a picture of them with with Saint Mother Teresa, helping her in so many ways. And here's another very beautiful picture of them and the Dalai Lama, who had many interactions and helping over many years in different ways. So it's amazing what's possible when you get clear on what do you want. Yeah.
Yeah. That's very important. So that's what he did. And then he did this mantra which I would like to share. We both did, I still do it every day. It's a mantra for creating healing energy. So if you chant this mantra, definitely around you, you will prevent negative energies from impacting you, and you will attract the energy which will create the healing vibrations in you. So you can do this regularly. And then I would like to move to the next session on how you can create a very deep level of transformation. So the first mantra we do, and every day, I still do it every day in the morning meditation, is Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Lord Dhanvantari was a god of healing. He was existing more than 5,000-6,000 years ago. There are proofs that the god Dhanvantari was there, who transferred this knowledge of healing on this planet. And you will not believe me, but a lot of modern discoveries were already there, described in Ayurveda. Includes the theory of genes and chromosomes, the theory of ama, the toxins, which now they found, they call it amyloid toxins. which are blocking and creating type 2 diabetes, autoimmune, and this and that. So, but this was already mentioned in ancient science already. And what we practice is Siddha Veda lineage, of course, which is a more practical way of powerfully applying the knowledge of ancient Ayurveda to get a powerful, deep level of result. I'll talk about it later. But first, please write it down. Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. Om Dhanvantaraye Namaha. So this is for creating healing energy. And there is another mantra. You want to show that?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Wow.
Another mantra for creating uh, external environment of healing, attracting that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, I am so excited and grateful for all your love and enthusiasm. This is amazing. It's infectious. And this is the best infection in times of COVID that you can catch. So, let's keep it up and let's
Yes.
be positive with enthusiasm. Let's test positive for enthusiasm. Papa said that you should have diarrhea of enthusiasm. So now I will share with you from my heart the second mantra. He said that Krishna, if clearer are the goals, surer are the chances. If you want to see it mathematically according to modern way, then he said that you see this, Krishna, just see this. If you are less clear, then less chance that you will get it. Because if you don't know what you want, how will you get? So be very, very clear. And second, he said, if it's not on page, it's not on stage. It's not on page, it's not on stage. He said, okay, but how, Papa? You can write it, you can do everything. Then what else? So mommy and papa drew my attention. They said that there is something called a belief system. And then there is a mindset, and then there's a soul set. If you develop your soul set, then the belief system comes, mindset comes. So, yes, you are right. Be clear. Clearer are the goals, surer are the chances. Clearer are the goals, surer are the chances. If it's not on page, it's not on stage. Now, the last mantra. This mantra helps to build your soul set. And then everything flows. If the seed is right, then the fruits will come. You don't need to worry. And then when you work on your belief system, the atmosphere for the seed is right and it grows. So the second one is with a marma. This marma helps to put this inside your subconscious mind. You don't even realize, and starts blooming. You feel enthusiastic. You feel like you can create your reality. Suddenly blocks, they melt away. So you go like this and press 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And say Aham Brahmasmi. Aham means me, the person you identify as yourself. Your name is John, then Aham means John. Who you identify as John, Clint, Joey, Larissa, Mariam, whatever. I say Krishna, whoever I think. And then Brahmasmi. Brahmasmi means you allow yourself to be the creator. You allow yourself. You're already, but then we don't allow ourselves. So now I give myself permission to be the creator. And mommy explained me very nicely. She said, Krishna, good, now you have allowed yourself. But what you allowed yourself? To be the creator of what? Obstacles? No. The creator of healing. I allow myself to be the creator of healing in my life, and anyone who touches me, sees me, hears me, thinks of me. Healing in their life starts. And then you become a nucleus, a center of healing. It's ripples spread all over where you go. Mummy and Papa do this, and I've seen when I travel, people touch Mummy's hand. Mummy touches their pulse. Papa touches their pulse. He sees their eyes, and the healing starts. They say, oh, I'm feeling like an angelic feeling. So, Aham Brahmasmi, you allow yourself to be a creator of healing wherever you go, a nucleus of healing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do this multiple times. And a different type of a new transformation will start. Yes, I can write it down. I love you all. This is so exciting. You're so curious and enthusiastic.
Perfect, perfect. Let's write it down. Aham Brahmasmi.
I just want to say while you're writing that down, it's such a privilege to have you both here. And looking at those pictures that Clint shared and thinking about all the people that you've been able to help in the world, it's just such an honor. And thank you so much for sharing these gifts with us. My heart is so full of gratitude and my face can't stop smiling. Just to see everybody on this Zoom right now receiving literally these ancient secrets from master healers that have worked with the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa. And thank you both so much for being here. This is amazing. Thank you.
I'm so happy, and we had a chance to just join last part of your meditation process, and I loved it. Thank you. Thanks for giving that to the world. It's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we want,
I want to say
yeah,
this little part too, because it's sometimes you see great things other people do and you think, well, maybe they have some superpower. You think, that can't apply to me. They're this different person. But what I love about what Dr. Naram, Dr. Smita, and Krishna shared is any of us can use it to magnify our capacity to be, Dr. Naram, he said, be creators instead of consumers. So right now we can consume fear from the media. We can consume fear from our friends. We can consume fear if the market falls. But Dr. Naram says, actually within every problem, difficult challenge, heartache has within it the seeds of equal or greater opportunity. When you see it that way, you can become a creator. Dr. Ram had a problem journal. He heard a problem, he gets so excited. He'd write it in his journal. The bigger the problem, the more excited he was because the more he could make a contribution by being a creator. He says either you're a part of the solution or you're part of the problem, but his master taught him how you can become part of the solution. Now, I love what Dr. Smita and Krishna shared. In fact, I applied it even when wanting to publish this book, I just had in my heart something. I said, I really want an endorsement from the Dalai Lama. I don't know why. It just had this in my heart. And then we did this whole process with Krishna, with Dr. Ram, and lo and behold, we actually had an opportunity. Krishna and I, we got called by the main secretary for the Dalai Lama, went to Dharamsala for 3 days, spent some time with the Dalai Lama learning from him, and then we got called into the main temple for the main oracle of the Dalai Lama. And in the temple with the main oracle, I'll just show you this. Here's Krishna, me, and the oracle. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a,
yes.
And then he, on the letterhead, gave an endorsement on behalf of the oracle of the Dalai Lama saying, my blessing and prayer is on this work, that it will heal millions of people, bring them peace, happiness, and vibrant health. It was awesome. So now, how can you learn deeper? Something else I'm so excited about is for the first time ever, for 10 years, Dr. Ram and I were working on how do more people benefit, even if they can't meet him in person or this healing lineage. With Dr. Smita and the Ayush Shakti team, we've put together a 100-day training program. And it's the first time it's ever been offered. It'll be offered in January. And all people have to do is they donate to help save this orphanage in Nepal. There's a certain thing, a link we can send you. And in collaboration with Ayush Shakti and many of the doctors Dr. Ram trained, Dr. Giovanni, Suyogi, some other brilliant doctors, Stephen Wetzler, I don't know if he's here on this call, we're putting together an experience that it's not about information, it's about transformation. And so anyone's welcome. I just wanted to acknowledge Dr. Smita in this moment for how exciting it is to be doing this. And I just love what you shared.
I had something I wanted to actually share in a very simple language. How you can because that was my second promise that I gave to everybody. And if there's time, I would like to share
Please.
quickly uh, in a very simple language. Okay, not very Ayurvedic language because that can be foreign. So in a very simple manner, as I told you that, and what Krishna was sharing is so true that people feel when I was working, me and Dr. Naram in the clinic together, I saw sometimes I would stay outside his room on purpose to watch what's happening in people's mind who go in meeting. So that's one thing that helps, as a healer can create a immediate switch in the belief and the mental mindset that I'm going to get better. But that has to be followed by something profound, which can create a deep transformation. So when people came, the way in which Dr. Naram spoke to them and how he was full of 1,000% helping, he believed in him within himself that I can help anybody on this planet. I can help anybody get better. We are not talking about curing anything. Get better, feel better. And that belief created aura in him, and whatever he spoke transformed a belief in a person that, yes, I am going to get better. So people went inside with a hopeless face and a hopeless state of mind and the posture, and walking with really helpless, frustrated feeling. After meeting him, they came out feeling happy, full of hope, full of possibility that I'm going to get better. And the healing already begins at that point. But after that, you need to give them something solid, which will create a physical shift in their life. Otherwise, it will be like a bubble which will burst in a while. So that's what I would like to share with you. What is that solid, profound thing? Because everything that happens in our life has a mental, emotional, and physical are all connected. Ayurveda says that childhood trauma can shrink your immune system and create a chronic infections, viruses in your body which you can't fight, or can create autoimmune. This is just one example. So this is emotional situation converted into physical. So, and there you need to work something by which there is a shift at a deep level, so that the symptoms go away and have a long lasting relief. So just like our house or church or a temple, we keep God in our church, temple, mosque, whatever you believe in. This is a soul is like a god. you know you have a soul which is a god. For me, my soul is also God. So my soul, which is God in me, is trying to salute and respect a God in you. But that soul remains in this body. So this is a house of our soul, a God. So like you keep your church and temple clean, you have to keep this house clean. Remember, the house has to be clean and the house has to be strong. These two important things. I don't want to talk vata, pitta, kapha, ama, nothing. These are Ayurvedic terms. Simple language. House has to be clean and house has to be strong. So when our house is strong, anybody throwing stones, weapon, anything, it will not break easily. It will not allow them to enter. Same when the viruses, infections, we are exposed continuously to so many viruses, infections, different foreign things, toxins, everything. If your this house is strong, it will fight it out, and you will not even remember, or you will not get any symptom of these toxins at all. So keep it strong. And there are specific ways you can do it using 6 tools of Ayurveda, which I will talk to you later. And we will do these 6 tools in this 100 days training. How you can use these 6 tools to create a strong and clean house in anybody's life, including your life. That's what we will do. Simple. House has to be clean. Now, that is also very important, because if there are toxins in our house, dirt, toxins, everything, you can't even stay there. You can't even move through that place. It is filthy, dirty, smelly, and it can also, putrefy and create germs, infections, bacteria, fungal, different things, which, you can inhale and get sick. Same way in our body, when there are toxins, they get accumulated in different places, and they do 2 things there. First one, every day, whatever we eat has to be digested and should be converted into tissues. Why? Because we have millions of tissues dying every day, and millions have to be produced daily. Now imagine you have these toxins which are blocking your nourishment. It's not reaching the tissues. Your dying is million, but you don't create millions. What will happen? Disease, aging, tiredness, chronic fatigue, degeneration, arthritis, osteoporosis, Alzheimer, diabetes, so many things. So that's what is first thing which can happen, that you will get undernourished and get a problem of degeneration wherever it happens. Second thing, whenever these toxins are there, they block flow of energy in our body. If they get accumulated in arteries, they will block the circulation. And trust me, the main artery you will know, but small capillaries where the toxins can absolutely get clogged, they will block the secretion of enzymes, and you will have a digestive issues, constantly bloated. No matter how many probiotic you take, it doesn't work. Still there is bloating, still the digestion doesn't work, and there is chronic fatigue. Or if it gets blocked in the capillaries in the hair region, hair falling, nothing will help grow new hair, and so on and so on. I can give you hundreds of examples where no scientific lab can even find out that there is a blood supply blockage, and that is why you are suffering. But the truth is that that's the reason.
Dr. Smita,
Moment
can I
we
just
talk,
can we
yeah,
just give like one real practical example? Because on the call today is someone who had no idea about any of this before. Mike, I'm just gonna have you unmute yourself real briefly.
yeah, sure. You have any example, or you want me to share it?
Yeah, actually, Mike is on the call right now. He had
Oh
the
wow, that'd be great.
very unfortunate experience where, only 3 months ago, he got the sudden news that his brother, who was an Olympic quality athlete, the first person ever in competition skiing to land, what was it, Mike? Like a quadruple backflip, triple twist, something like this?
Triple backflip, quadruple twist.
Yeah. So super healthy, and had no idea he had any blocks in his system. He had no idea. He was out mountain biking with his son. Everyone thought he was super healthy. And then all of a sudden, when he has this, like a heart attack or heart situation, just suddenly he's gone. For many people, they don't know those blocks. It's hidden. The first time they know, for like 60-70% of people, what's the stat, Mike? The first thing that people know is a heart attack.
Yeah, and lots of people, it's like 30% die is their first sign of heart disease.
Yeah, the first sign of heart disease is 30% die. So here's Mike, and just yesterday he honored his brother. And so just in the spirit of honoring family, I just wanted to say, Mike, we don't have too much time, but like in 2 minutes, share what happened as a result to you.
Well, thank you, Clint, and it's so nice to hear Smita and Krushna and be a part of this. So just real quick, my brother died 7 months ago today, and as Clint said, he was mountain biking with one of his sons in the foothills here of Salt Lake City, and 52 years old, 52 years young, and that was his first and only, I don't know if you call it a sign when you end up dead. But of course, 2 years younger than him made me quite worried about my health, and went in and pulled out my lab results from 2 years ago, and my cholesterol was like 250, and I went in and got tested again, and my cholesterol had gone up from 2 years previously to 263, and read a whole bunch of books about heart disease, and talked to Ayush Shakti as well about the mung bean detox, and did that for.
Well, he just, in the middle of COVID, sometimes you can't visit people, but he booked a video consultation. It was just a short.
I can't say enough about that too. I mean, it's $15, and and a little bit more to even meet with Smita herself, and and they spend a half hour really listening to you, and I did the 30-day detox and had my lab results tested again, and my cholesterol went from 263 to 136. and my triglycerides dropped, the inflammation in my body dropped 72% on the high sensitivity C-reactive protein marker that you should all know your score on. My doctor was amazed. He said, just be careful driving. The only chance you have of dying is from an accident. And
they wanted to retest him because they thought maybe they mixed up his blood with a teenage girl. So they said, we got to retest this. This doesn't make sense. And when they retested, they saw his numbers were still low. And so even his doctor's like, I want to do this. Whatever you did, I want to do that thing. And it was funny because actually one of the most ironic things is oftentimes, many people on this call, you're healers. And the last people to believe you is usually your family or friends, or they, like they just don't see it. And so Mike actually had my book. I actually just read the text message he sent me. He's like, I want to apologize to you. I actually had your book for several months. I never picked it up. He's like, but I actually read the first chapter. It's actually really good. Why didn't you tell me? It's actually good. And like every chapter, he's sending me a text message like, whoa, chapter 2 is amazing. And I love the videos that go along with it where Dr. Ram himself teaches, how he did this thing. The main reason I just wanted to bring you on, Mike, was because it's such a good example of what Dr. Smita is saying. You can give someone hope in a practical way. You want to clean the temple. And when you clean the temple, your body is a natural healing machine. And this ancient lineage celebrating all the global healers, all the traditions, and this is one that's so powerful and so effective. And the fact that Dr. Smita, you're sharing so openly these secrets with everyone, it just touches my heart. It makes me so excited for the 100-day training program, how people can go deep. Dr. Ram
actually teach people exactly those tools they can use in others' life to create that transformation, So I was kind of very excited to tell everybody, because I had chance to just listen to one session, but I could see that there was such a huge passion in them for helping others, and I felt, my God, if these people have these actual tools, which they can teach others and create transformation, it will be a revolution. It will be a health revolution. So you want to share the tools that we use actually quickly, and which is so simple. One of them was detox, and just through the diet and few herbs.
Wow, amazing. So this I cannot say even enough in words, because these 6 tools around from last 30 32 years to 40 years and more than 2500 years, it's these tools have been working. And it's something profound in this 100 days, what mummy and other doctors who are patients and then got interested and then transformed their lives, and then transforming different hundreds of people's of lives, then different people who are students of Papa, they all will be sharing with you these tools which can change our lives. So I will share with you one example. And the 6 tools are, first is diet, then home remedies, then herbal remedies, then detox, how you can detox, remove the toxins out of your body, then lifestyle. So I think this is 5: diet, home, and the last one is marma, how to release blocks inside your body by pressing different parts, different points, which are so subtle, but then you just press them and suddenly magic like feelings start coming. It just starts releasing blocks, it starts enhancing the life energy in you. Now I was stuck at one place in my college. I'm studying Ayurveda even formally right now, and in my college, I was stuck in one situation where my friend was severely unwell. She was having high symptoms of PCOD, PCOS, headache, cramps, could not even walk because of the pain. And at this point, we had exams nearing, we had to submit journals, and there was a tons of work that was happening. Nowhere to go. What do we do? So by around 2 hours, she was almost in tears. She says, no, I cannot deal with this. I don't want to feel alive. I don't want to live horrible life. What do we do? So I called Papa and I called Mummy. And I asked, look, this is what is happening. We have no herbs out of the 6 tools: herbal remedies, diet, home remedies, lifestyle, panchakarma, which is detox, and marma. Out of this 6, I had only marma with me, and I could only give home remedy. There was nothing else. So I asked mommy and papa. They gave me this special home remedy, which you will also discover in this 100 days. Home remedies in your house which can change lives. I arranged it because in the college there are many different ingredients. I arranged that. She's having this. In 30 minutes, she says, Krishna, I don't know what happened. I'm feeling good. In another 1 hour, she's almost okay. Now the day ends. And my cousin sister calls me, Krishna, I don't know what's happening. I am feeling horrible. I said, what happened? She had the same problem. And she said that she missed her exam because of this. Now you will discover how you can save lives in after going through the 100 days. You will discover these simple home remedies and marma, which releases all the blocks, that if you know anywhere you go, you can literally remove people out of emergencies, out of life threatening situations. And then there's a story of Dr. Giovanni. I don't know how much time we have, but there are like so many stories.
Yeah, we have a surprise right now because we have about 8 minutes left, and I don't know if you can stay for Dr. Smita and Krishna, but this is such a beautiful surprise that we have now. Someone that's just joined the call. You know, one of the other beautiful things, the Global Healer Summit. First of all, Dr. Smita and Krishna, wow, you just came and just lit us up, not only with your presence, but with so much practical wisdom. It's so awesome. And thank you, Mike, for sharing like just a real example of in the last months, like how a life can totally change. We call it contagious healing because I sat down with Mike the other day and I said, let's list everyone in your family and friends that's changed as a result. It's not just Mike, but as he changed, all his family was impacted. We named at least 15 people. You know, even his brother who passed away, his brother's son, Asher, his cholesterol dropped by more than 100 points. His sister and brother-in-law lost more than 30 pounds. He said his brother-in-law fought in the war and he was a vet. His wife says he never complained about the pain, but he would get out of bed, be like 15 minutes, his hands would hurt. She said he would never complain about the pain, but now he can't stop talking about how there is no pain. He just won't stop talking. He wants to tell everyone about it. So this is contagious healing. And one other thing that just I love about Allison and the organizers of this beautiful event is they wanted to make it so the fee for this whole Global Healers Summit goes to a special project that Dr. Ram brought me to and Smita and Krishna over. First time I went was 10 years ago. And these orphan kids won my heart. I just want to play a 2 or 3 minute video and then I have a very special guest and a special announcement to just share with you. So I'm just going to start with this video so you can get to know who are these kids. A few years ago, big earthquake happened. Who heard about the earthquake in Nepal? Not just one, but there was like 40. You know, so at that time, the whole orphanage crumbled. And I remember my brother Gerald, who did that meditation earlier, he said, we really need to help. I was one of the first people that the organizer of the orphanage contacted me and say, we're in desperate need. One of the kids even got hit on the head, was knocked out, had to go to the hospital. So many things happened. When the ground shakes, the thing you're most certain of, that the ground is going to be solid, when it shakes like that and destroys your home, these kids I always saw them happy, bright. First time I ever saw them when Gerald, Krishna, me, a few other people went there immediately after the earthquake, we saw the rubble. We saw it and we saw in the eyes of these kids, their devastation. And at that time, everyone rallied. My brother and I organized an event here in Utah, a fundraiser with magic and music. People volunteered to do magic, volunteered to do music. I can't remember, Gerald, how much we raised, but it was something like over $35,000 at the time. Is that right? Something like that, Gerald?
Yeah, it was over 35,000. I was just so amazed at the generosity of all our friends and family who didn't know these kids, but wanted to help these people on the other side of the world just because we realized we're all in this together. It was really beautiful.
And that's just the first part of the miracle story. So we went there, even Gerald, my sister Marie, her kids, and many other people, and we saw the orphanage rebuilt because of your love. And this was several years ago. But now, the next year, these kids had a relationship with these kids from Texas, these kids from Florida. The next year, there was flooding in the US like we'd never seen. Like, I don't know if you saw any of the pictures in Texas and Florida, but homes were halfway filled with water, totally destroyed. And some of the kids who made friends with these other kids said, ah, that's not acceptable. And these kids in Nepal who had nothing went out of their way to say, we can do something. And this little 2 to 3 minute video with a little video of Dr. Ram at the end will just show you who are these kids. So just, I'm going to share this with you now. Oh man, such a beautiful, beautiful kid and such a beautiful, beautiful story. Just 1 second. Oh, I think that's the wrong screen. Oh yeah, here we are. Take a deep breath in and enjoy.
Namaste. When earthquake happened in our Nepal, we were scared. Our home is destroyed. And you help us. Now you are in the bad situation. And we want to help you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Thank you, Alavi, and I want to say that don't lose hope. Everybody faces different problems in their life, so keep smiling. We will support you.
We love you very much. We love you.
Thank you all for loving these wonderful orphan children and their cause. I learned a big lesson from my master, from Mother Teresa, and ancient healing secrets. Loving is the biggest healer, and I believe your healing starts now. I love you all.
So beautiful. Thank you, Shauna, for that applause. It's hard to watch that and not feel moved. I was with those kids when they pray. They said, we don't have anything. They didn't say we don't have anything or I can't do anything. They said, what can I do? When I saw them pray, I was in that room with them. They prayed for something like 10, 15 minutes. Like all the adults got awkward because it was a long time. And it was like one of the most sacred experiences to be there with these orphan kids as they pray. And so now as some difficulties are happening and they need a new building, like all the funds, Allison says, from this event goes there to help these orphan kids. But on top of that, we have another special surprise. Uma, can you unmute yourself and open your video? I want to see if you're here, Uma. Let's see. She was just on the call. I saw her, but I don't see her on right now. Let me see if there's any way. So Uma is one of these beautiful children, and she's just barely getting ready for college. And she she said to me, hey, is there any way that you can help with our college fund? And the beautiful thing is, from those who are registering for the 100-day training program where the funds go to help these orphan kids, from this Global Healer Summit, we've raised enough to not only help build the building, but also create some scholarships for the kids. And Umar says her dream, oh, she says, sorry, oh my goodness, she just had to drop because her battery was low and she doesn't have a charging unit. I'll just show you a picture of Uma if I can find her. Actually, just one second. She just says she wants to go to nursing school. And so she was looking for funds to how to go to nursing school. This is her. She was just on the Zoom with us all. You can just see her, the top picture there. Oh, let me just see. You can see her right there. When she was 4 years old, she had a stroke, which paralyzed half of her face. So when she speaks, she just speaks through one half of her mouth. Every time I've met her over the last 10 years, she touched my heart with so much love. She's so thoughtful. She remembers everyone who comes and she wants to make sure she gives them some gift. She wants to make sure even people who came years before, she's like, how are they doing? Can I give them a bracelet and you give to them? Most loving, beautiful person. Uma wants to be a nurse because she wants to help. What I was going to announce on this call, and I was hoping she'd be here, but I'll just tell you, is we've actually created, many people have actually, in donating for their own registration, donated more than enough. So they didn't just do the fee, but they donated more than they needed to. So other people could have a scholarship that can't afford. And Uma is the first person we're giving a scholarship to for this 100-day training. So instead of necessarily going to nursing school, where she learns a certain capacity, and she can still do that. She can do whatever she wants to, but why not learn these ancient healing secrets to become powerful and not only helping other people, but also, like Dr. Smita says, everywhere she goes, she helps clinics grow. So why not do well while doing well, you know? And so we want to teach her, not just give to her, but teach her the skills by which she can give for her whole life. So Uma, we love you. We'll send this video to you. We'll share this good news with you. And Dr. Smita and Krishna, I don't know if you're still on. You can share any final message. I know our time is over. Let's just see if you're still on. You can share anything.
I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So from my side, I just would like to really invite from open heart, my open heart, to join this course and take the training, because our teacher, 124 years, Babaji, once he said, promise me that you will train hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people on this planet so that a lot of people will be helped. So I would like to invite you with lots of love. Come and join, learn, and help others.
Beautiful. Krishna,
thank you so much. Thank you, Clint. Thank you so much, Dr. Smita and Krishna, for being on here and for your huge contribution. I can't believe we just learned healing points from master healers that have worked with Mother Teresa, that have been with the Dalai Lama. This is just such an honor. And Clint, thank you for showing that video. And I'm so excited to hear about raising funds. We got to actually go and meet Uma and the other orphans at the beginning of the year. Gerald had already been there, but I had never been there. And just before the world shut down with COVID, we took some of our clients on a spiritual adventure retreat there. And I'll never forget the feeling of being in that orphanage, of being so loved by those children. And I came thinking that I had so much to offer them, that I had so much to give them. And I left with the realization that they were my teachers. And again, that quote by Dr. Naram, I just want to say again, is that I'm not here to teach you. I'm here to love you, and love will teach you. And that's exactly what those kids did. So, and I just want to take a moment to celebrate everybody that's on here, because you have made it possible.
Just real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have Uma on the call right now. I just brought her on Facebook Live. Uma, I just want you to just express your love to everyone and say some message. Uma, can you share some message with everyone who's listening?
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. So Uma, we just on the call announced that you're the first person to get a scholarship for the 100-day training and how to learn the ancient healing principles of Dr. Ram. I told them about how you want to be a nurse, you have a desire to love people. And so I just wanted to share that news right now, that you're the first person to get this scholarship.
Oh,
All right. So we know Uma. I just wanted to connect you so they could feel your energy. We love you. We're with you, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Clint. And everybody, turn your video on right now, and let's all just give Clint a big wave of appreciation. So turn your video on, Clint. I want you to turn it on gallery view right now. And Dr. Smita and Krushna, you too, give them a big wave. Well, kisses, whatever you feel inspired to do. But look at all these people who you've
So much love, a
touched.
lot of love from us.